Alright guys, and welcome to Season 4, Episode 9 of this AFC Wimbledon Manager Mode. Cracking on with the league action, as always, seeing as we are knocked out of all the cups, which is a little bit frustrating, but to be honest, I'm not really that bothered, because like I said, promotion is the aim this season, but as you'll see in this episode, as you can probably tell by the title as well, it's not a great episode at all. I start to lose my cool a bit, like kind of defensively especially, but although there are some wonder goals in this episode, and it's basically got the lot as always. I mean, it's got me losing my cool defensively, it's got me absolutely bossing it up front with some amazing goals, and yeah, just the all-round everything, if you like. So we crack on with the first game against Carlisle United, away from home, and I was thinking, yet again, can we get a bit of run of form going? We'll see. But 34 minutes in, as you can see, Frank Zoko just had the ball, held the ball for ages. My two defenders couldn't tackle him, and then annoyingly, the player that I wasn't controlling gave away a free kick, which is one of the most annoying things on FIFA, because you're like, well, I didn't want you to do that, so why did you do that? And then even more annoyingly, they ended up scoring from that free kick. So yeah, John Paul McGovern pulled him 1-0 up after 37 minutes gone, and I was pretty pissed at this point, thinking, oh my god, you know, what is going on, what's happening? The computer's giving me free kicks away against me and everything. So in the 67th minute, I completely lost my cool defensively, brought my keeper out into no man's land, and Frank Zoko made it 2-0 on the 69th minute. So yeah, not a great start to the game at all, and genuinely, they were the only two chances, which was even more annoying, because we'd not created anything, and we'd also, you know, giving away some stupid chances, and obviously they scored from it. And then even worse defending from my team. Just to be fair though, I don't see how that was a free kick. That was a genuinely good challenge in my eyes, but we shouldn't have given them the ball in that position anyway. But this is absolutely mental. These like, what, 3 minutes or something, we give away a free kick, they have about 3 shots from the free kick, they're all blocked, and then obviously John Welsh just managed to walk past 3 slide tackles. We eventually win the ball back, but then they get it straight back, then he hits it, the keeper saves it, then they tip it onto the crossbar, then they tip it onto the post, and then they even get the ball back again, and then the shot is deflected wide, goes out for the corner, and the corner comes to nothing. So after all that, we did manage to fashion one chance. Jack Midson with the ball, kind of run into the box, but it was a pretty simple save for the keeper, and he did manage to tip it past the post. So yeah, I mean, it finished Carlisle United 2, AFC Wimbledon 0. It was a pretty boring game, apart from that absolutely mental 3 minutes in there, about the 75th minute or something like that. That was just crazy. I've never seen anything like it on FIFA. So yeah, we moved on to the game against Northampton, and again, this was a crazy game. Like I said at the start of the episode, these have all got everything. In the 7th minute, they fashioned a chance when Johnson got the ball to Richards. Richards headed it against the post, and my keeper was fortunately the one that got to the ball afterwards. And then in the 10th minute, we broke forward with Jackson. Jackson sprinted down the wing against Ben Tozer. He turned him, got inside, was completely taken out. Not a chance he was going to stand at, and the referee did not give a penalty. How that was not a penalty, I will never know. But we had to crack on with it, and into the 56th minute, Luke Moore got the ball. He had a shot, it was saved by the keeper, and then Adamano's rebound was well blocked by the defender. But still seething from not getting that penalty, they came forward in a bit of a late challenge by Williams, gifted them a penalty themselves. So I was like, oh, you are joking. I have a pretty decent penalty shout turned down, and then they get a penalty. Granted, it was a penalty. I'm not saying it isn't, but it's annoying that that I didn't get the penalty in the first half, if you like. But it was a great save by Seb Brown. And then Chris Bush with the... Oh, boy, was the control in that, seriously. But we move on, and into the 89th minute, I do not know what I was doing here. It was such a reckless challenge. It was Brett Johnson on a yellow card already. Lunged in really late on their player, and yeah, he did get the red card, which was deserved, because that was an awful challenge for someone that's already on a yellow card. And then in the 90th minute, an even worse challenge by Charles Williams gave them yet another penalty, although surprisingly Charles Williams didn't get yellow carded for that. I don't know how that wasn't a yellow card, which obviously would mean he'd have been sent off, and we're lacking defenders as it is, so we got quite lucky there. But in the 90th minute, they stepped up to take the penalty. At this point, I was thinking, this is it. You know, promotions, races, playoff races over already. But somehow, he chipped it onto the bar, it went over, and the referee blew for full time. So with literally the last kick of the game, they did manage to miss a penalty. And I'd have been so pissed if I was the Northampton manager. So yeah, I mean, we had to leave that game and thinking, right, okay, we're a bit lucky, but also it's like 1 point from 2 games. It's just not good enough at all. We need to book up our ideas. And as you can see in the background here, I'm just selling that Brian Allison to Drogheda United, one of the youth players that was given to me, and obviously worthless, useless, so I sold him. And transfer deadline day came around, but because obviously I'm only signing youth players, not much happened, as always, so I skipped about half of it, and then just to show you that absolutely nothing did happen. Received no transfer offers or anything of the sort. So we moved on to the final game against Brentford, and we started really well. Like in the 28th minute, Luke Moore gave the ball to Adameno, and look at that. What a finish that was. That is what I'm talking about when I said I scored some amazing goals. Half an hour gone, Adameno with an absolute pillar. A worldie, a take-a-bow moment from Charles Adameno. He rightly does deserve the nickname of the Black Magic. He just pops up with all sorts like that. So yeah, out of nothing, we were 1-0 up, but straight away they came back at us. Clayton Donaldson managed to take on Seb Brown, but he fired his shot past the post, which is quite lucky. And then, as the old saying goes, whatever you can do, I can do, but better. And look at this from Luke Moore. Wow, pick that one out. I mean, twice in 2 games, not even in 2 games, twice in 1 game. We'd had a nightmare against Carlisle, we'd had a nightmare against Northampton, and then Adameno and Luke Moore, who I said link up really well together, just come up with these goals. I mean, wow, that is by far the best strike I've scored with this Wimbledon team so far. I mean, no offence to Adameno, but Adameno's goal was easily goal of the season. Then Luke Moore stepped up and did that. So yeah, and then, like I said, losing my cool defensively. I don't know what I was doing, just lunged in from behind in the 90th minute again. Sam Hatton, Julie got the red card, it was well deserved, and they had a chance to score a penalty in the 90th minute. So that's I think that's the 3rd penalty in 2 games I've given away. So it's just ridiculous stuff from me. I have to admit, I really do need to sort this defensive stuff out. And Grella stepped up with the penalty kick. I just thought I'll stand out middle, see where he goes. And he smashed it into the right-hand corner of the goal. So yeah, they did score a consolation goal. Unfortunately, that's all it was. I did manage to hold out for the 3 points. So yeah, we've won 1, we've lost 1, and we've drawn 1. Not a great episode at all, I have to admit, because I really do need to get wins. And winning 1 out of 3 is just not good enough. But my scout did come back with the scout reports, and 58 to 80 wasn't good enough to be signed yet. 65 to 81. I considered it for ages. I thought, do you know what? I've got a little bit of money. I will go and sign him. I'll hope for the best, see if he can produce something. And then 54 to 78, as always, just rejected because the potential has got to be at least 80. So moving on to the Australian scout, rejected the first one, left the second one, and then 76, again, maximum potential, I left. And then them two are exactly the same, apart from his goalkeeper. And as you know, I'm not really looking for goalkeepers because I've got a lot of goalkeepers. But as I was saying, defensively, I've got 6, not even 6, I think it's 5. No, I've got 6 defenders, but one of them plays on the right mid. So I'm completely light at the back. So I did offer Aziz Broadfoot a contract because he is a right back, so obviously he'll be able to slot in if he accepts a contract. I don't know, he hasn't accepted it as of yet, so probably hopefully in next episode he will. But anyway, moving on to the others, obviously Max Ledbitter's coming up, and I love just talking about Max Ledbitter. The minute he comes 16, it'll be all over, you know, worldwide news and everything. So yeah, we got back to the Antonis, who I mentioned in the previous episode, and he was a centre-back, which I was quite happy with. I was like, oh, centre-back, that's good. Means I can sign him up, and I will get him into the team, which means I'll have 2 new defenders, which is pretty decent. So yeah, looking at the league table now, as you can see, we're 7th in the league, behind 2 points behind Shrewsbury, who are 6th. So it is going to be a fight for the playoffs. I'm going to try my very best to get into the playoffs and try and get promoted, even though I know full well, if I do get promoted, I will absolutely be murdered in the championship, but I'll have to give it my best shot. This is where I'm going to end this episode, guys. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe. And I will see you guys next episode. Peace. Yes, I managed to do it in one take. Get in.